Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for, this is your February bonus reading. We're going to jump right in here. In your current general energies, you have this Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is quick success or quick movement in your life. So things could be moving forward faster at this time, or you're noticing that things are faster. I kind of feel like maybe you feel that you've been, like, I'm not calling you lazy or anything like that, Sagittarius, but, maybe you feel like you've been being lazy, or that you haven't had the energy, that you want to put into things. And so I do feel that things are improving, that things are going to be getting a lot better for you. And, that you are just having more energy this month is what it looks like to me. I mean, Eight of Wands to the Eight of Pentacles. And, Eight of Pentacles would be, having the energy to put in the work. So I feel for a lot of you that this could be like the beginning of you feeling more energetic, feeling like you can accomplish more and everything like that. So, I really like where this is going for you. You have, sorry, I'm just juggling cards today, but you have the Eight of Wands, which again is quick success. I wanted to show you this as well. I'm pulling oracle cards for each section. You have this privileged lady card, so it doesn't matter if you're a lady, man, whatever, it doesn't matter. I feel that you are just a privileged person this month and that you're feeling very privileged. You could feel like you're improving your finances, like I said, because you have the Eight of Pentacles. You also have the Seven of Pentacles. So I kind of feel that there is, the reason this is coming up is that you just feel that your finances are improving, which is great, or you feel like you have more control over your finances. Again, Eight of Wands is quick success. So I do feel like there is some sort of quick success or a quick conclusion coming in for you. For a lot of you, it could be clearly a conclusion. You have the Death card here. The Death card is a transformation, change, death, obviously. But it is coming up as your crossing energy. The crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you. And again, I kind of feel in this reading, it's just saying that you're undergoing a quick transformation or a quick change in your life. Some of you could be like changing jobs or changing your career. And, obviously this is going to lead to more money. I'm pretty sure your past several readings have really been just talking about improvements in your finances. I think you're like doing more stuff. It's like you've been inspired recently to do more things. I know that sounds stupid, but, that's kind of like what I get here. It's like maybe you've been inspired on like a new way to promote your business, or you've been inspired by like a new way to promote yourself in work. And, I feel it's just working is what this is saying. In the area of your thoughts, you have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is a card, especially when it shows up in the area of your thoughts of thinking about your finances, obviously, and trying to stabilize your finances. I feel like you are, plain and simple. So whatever you're thinking about doing is working. I also feel you clearly have the skills. He has these grapes all over his cloak on this card. And the grapes in the tarot represent having a specific set of skills, or having a specific skill that could make you more successful. And so if you have a specific skill, the grapes in particular require very specific conditions to grow as well. So if you have a skill that is like hard for most people, but you can do it, that could be the thing that is improving your finances for sure. You have this Six of Wands. Six of Wands, of course, is a card of success and a victory. This is coming up in the area of your foundation. And so for a lot of you, I kind of just feel it's saying you're in a good position. The story of the Six of Wands is that this guy on this horse, he has come back from war and now he is being celebrated. So for a lot of you, it's almost like you are coming back from a difficult period of time in your life, and now you are in just a better position. And again, I know that sounds kind of lame, but obviously if you're in a better position, it allows you to be more successful. And so you are you're improving your position in life is kind of what I get there. In your past, or the energy that you are moving past, you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant and the King of Pentacles are both cards of convention, basically. The King of Pentacles is just the way things have always been done. So he represents convention in the sense that nothing has changed. The Hierophant is like thinking inside the box. So I think that what a lot of you Sagittarius people are moving away from is just doing things the way they've always been done just because. That's kind of like on the challenging side of things with the Hierophant. I don't really consider him a challenging card, but in this position I kind of do. And again, on the challenging side of things, it would just say that, maybe there is a tradition of how things are done at work or in your business or whatever. And breaking that tradition could be the thing that actually gets you out of poverty, right? Or gets you out of a certain mindset. And you have this despair card in your past. So if you've been feeling hopeless, or if you have been feeling like you can't get things going in the right direction, or like you just can't get started in general in some area of your life, it looks to me like things are improving, because again, this is the energy that you are moving past. The past position is the passing energy, and that's what I feel is going on here. Next, in the area of the very near future, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Love it. Like I said, I feel there is just work going on here. I think you are just working on whatever you work on. Even if you're retired, you could be working on, a project at home or whatever you're working on. It could be your health, for all I care. And all of you could be working on those things. But what I would just say is, again, what I'm getting here is that you're just getting results. Eight of Pentacles, material success on the horizon. But it can also just say that whatever you are working on in your life, you are getting a result. And again, that could be a good thing, because maybe you haven't been getting a result. It is interesting to me that this came up in reverse. I don't read reversals in Oracle cards. I don't even know how it ended up in reverse in the first place. But this card says poverty on it, but it was in reverse. So I feel that you are improving your financial position. The other thing that I'm hearing here, Sagittarius, is that, if you need, let's say you need a certain amount of money to, quit your job and start your business, or let's say that you have been needing some money so that you can take a vacation so that you can go look for another job, right? Something like that. I feel like you are getting the money to do that. So maybe you've been working like overtime so that you can take your vacation time, have money, but also go try to get something else if that's what you're into. So, again, I kind of feel that here, where it's almost like, I don't know that I would call this a reward or a gift from the universe, but, because again, I think it's something that you worked for. Eight of Pentacles is very clear in that the Eight of Pentacles is something that we have put the effort in to receive. But whatever it is, I feel like you're getting it. Next, in the area of the next few months, you have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is a celebration, of course. So there could be a lot of happiness and joy coming in for you at this time over the next few months. Again, a lot of people have had the Three Cups in the same position, which is pretty interesting. I would say that, I don't know, like I've said before, like I know that, maybe it doesn't look like things are very good in the world or whatever, but I kind of feel like people are going to be pleasantly surprised with this year. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect. It's going to be far from perfect. As I always say, there are going to be like tower moments between now and 2033. We're in a time of chaos and, all this craziness. But what I would say is that, again, I think people could be pleasantly surprised with how things go this year, how things turn out, and it just looks like a good time. Really would be an amazing time for you to socialize as well. Three Cups is a card of community. If you have a community or belong to a community, this could also represent a lot of, this could represent a lot of support coming from people in your life. So yeah, that looks amazing to me. You have the Four of Wands here. Four of Wands is a card of marriage. Some of you could be getting married, or you could be meeting a person that you will marry. This is coming up in the area of your closest relationships. Could be a Taurus, by the way. So if you're looking for love, definitely could be an earth sign. But again, if you're looking for love, there definitely could be love coming in here. And again, this is coming up in the area of your closest relationships. So that would tell me that it's coming through like a friend, a person that socializing, all those things. So if you want love, I would get out there and socialize, and I would get out there and meet new people and stuff like that. This could also be you just socializing. So even if you don't want love, the Four of Wands is a card of freedom, and it just says that you are maybe more free to socialize. You're more free to go enjoy yourself and have a good time. And I would encourage you to do all that. I think all of that stuff is very necessary in life. Like we have to, I think that we have certain amounts of energy, right? We have like a work energy, we have fun energy. Most people just like work, or they just have fun. And that's why there are sayings like work hard, play hard, right? It's like if you don't fill up both energies, then you're going to be off balance, and you're going to be feeling it, right? As someone who is like, I was stuck for 4 years of my life, and I always tell the story, but literally I was like, I punished myself, and I wouldn't allow myself to go out with friends. I wouldn't allow myself to have fun, and my life just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Literally, I just started walking. That was like the first thing I did. But then I started going out with friends again, even though I didn't have the money to do it, and all that other stuff. And I'm not saying you have to waste money, right? There were plenty of free things that we could do. But once I started having more fun, my life started improving, and then I started making money, and then, the rest is history, right? So it's like, I always tell people, if you're not filling up that fun bucket, you're going to have a hard time. So there you go. You have, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like you are looking, again, this is a big theme for you, Sagittarius. it just is what it is. I think a lot of you are really going to be looking at your work or what you do for work, and you're going to be deciding like, some of these things I enjoy, but there are other things that I just do not want to do anymore. So I really see you kind of like saying to yourself, you know what, there are just some things that I don't want to do in my life, and I'm just not going to do them anymore. And, I feel this could be work related. Like maybe you have a job and you're like, I hate this job. I just rather do something else. And you're going to get something else, and there's going to be a change. For others, I feel that you're just looking at your energy in general. The Seven of Pentacles, he's looking at what he has grown so far. So you could even be looking at relationships in your life or connections, and you could be saying like, is the juice worth the squeeze? And you are either saying yes or no. It just depends on the situation, right? And you are probably making changes that are more worth it to you, because again, he's looking at those Seven of Pentacles and he's like saying, is it worth the amount of effort that I put in to this situation for it to grow or not? And I really see you doing this with everything in your life, not just like one thing or the other. You have the Ace of Cups here. So definitely really good for love. Again, if you're in a relationship already, then, obviously things could be going very well for you here, Sagittarius. And, I don't know. There's really nothing to say. I think that if you're in a relationship, it looks amazing. What I will say is, again, if you are already in a relationship, it looks to me like the two of you could be making more money. So, obviously that could be improving the relationship from that standpoint as well. If you are meeting a new person, again, I feel like you could be meeting like a privileged person. You have that privileged lady card here. So you could be meeting a person who does make a lot of money, or maybe you just feel happy to be with that person. Like you feel privileged in the sense that you're happy they choose you. And so that definitely is also popping into my head. You have this distant horizon card here. This is like a very futuristic card. It even looks like there's a ship in the sky and all this other stuff. There's a seagull going on here. Seagulls are very futuristic. So what I would say here is that I feel there's a lot of opportunity for you in the future. I also feel like your ideas could be very futuristic. And again, I've said to people before that, we have Uranus and Taurus right now in the astrology, and which is kind of like very futuristic in a lot of ways. Uranus and Taurus is about technologies, but it's about like technologies that improve freedom, right? So, if you can improve your freedom in life in some way, like then I would do it, whatever it is, like your free time. Are there things in your work or in your business that you can do that would increase the amount of free time that you have, or will increase your freedom? Are there things you can do in your love life to give you and your partner more freedom? It's like the list goes on and on. So those are the things I would be thinking about. With the Eight of Wands and the Death card, you have the Nine of Cups. Definitely some sort of wish fulfillment coming in here. I'm just looking because, there's like nothing else about wishes, which is weird. Like for me to say that the Nine of Cups is a wish, I need more than just the Nine of Cups, right? And we're still going to clarify. We're going to pull more cards. So, that might change. But, I read holistically. I take everything into account. And, I just need more usually to say that. To me, the Nine of Cups is really more a card of matching the energy of something you want. It's a card of bathing in the energy of what you want. So it basically says if you want money, then you need to be in the energy of money, right? You need to develop good money habits. You need to, talk positively about money. You need to remove money blocks, and the list goes on and on there. So, same thing with love. If you want love, then you need to, do some healing around that, or develop good love habits, right? With the Nine of Cups. And, so it's more about matching energy, and I hope that makes sense. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Four Cups. Four Cups is like a lot of disappointments. Like you want improvements in your life, clearly. And this, I think the King of Pentacles is saying, it's showing up that is the area of what's on your mind. So I feel that you want improvements. The Four Cups pretty much is a card to me that says you are manifesting. Like he has manifested those cups, but he's still disappointed. And I always say with this card that it's like, imagine trying to manifest a cake in your life. He has manifested the flour, the sugar, the eggs, but he just needs to mix it all together and pop it in the oven, right? And I feel like that's what your brain needs to realize here, Sagittarius, is that you have like manifested, it's like you have manifested the flour, the sugar, the eggs, but you just need to put it into the oven. I hope that makes sense too. With the Six of Wands, you have the Hierophant again, yes. You are clearly, if you want love, I'm telling you right now, you are clearly working towards a connection that will probably lead to marriage. Could definitely be a Taurus, doesn't have to be. But Taurus stands out to me. I also feel that sometimes the Hierophant can just say that you are attracting a person where your ideas about life are very similar. The Hierophant is a card of tradition, so it doesn't mean this has to be a traditional relationship, but it just means that maybe you were both raised the same way, maybe you have very similar beliefs or belief systems, or maybe you just want the same thing in life. The interesting thing that I'm picking up on as well is that I feel like you could be attracting a person that's actually very different than you. Like I feel like they maybe come from a different background, maybe they have different ideas, but I think you want the same thing, so I hope that makes sense too. With the Hierophant, you have the Six of Cups here. Some of you maybe have let go of past connections, and now you're getting into a connection that is more fulfilling. The Six of Cups, can represent nostalgia, thinking about the past and all this other stuff. The other thing one thing I will say is the energy, the way that it is, I think that a lot of us collectively are, kind of like holding on to the old ways, is the best way I can put it. And I think we need to let go of the old ways, right? King of Pentacles, card of convention, which is the way things have always been done. But, convention isn't necessarily a good thing. Like, yes, should you do what works in life? Absolutely. I will never argue that point, right? But sometimes it's like we get stuck doing things the old way and we don't adapt. Like, look at Blockbuster, right? Blockbuster doesn't exist anymore because they had an opportunity to buy Netflix and they didn't, right? So they didn't evolve with the times. And I think that a lot of us could be in that time right now where we are feeling like, oh, I wish things were the way they were like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, but they're not. And there is no going back to the past, and we just need to adapt. If we adapt, I actually think we're going to find that life gets a lot easier. And, that's what I would do here. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Wands. Yes, love it. Yeah, I love the Eight of Wands in general. Definitely one of my favorite cards in the tarot. Not my favorite card, but one of my favorite cards. I like it because it's a card of momentum. It basically says whatever you're working on is building momentum in your life, is carrying you forward. So keep putting energy into the things that are providing results here. Eight of Pentacles, like I said, is a card of results and diligent work. He is working diligently on one thing and he's getting a result. So if you are getting a result on something, just keep working on it and you will keep getting a result. The other thing I wanted to say is, again, with the King of Pentacles being a card of convention, what I like to remind people of is that with the King of Pentacles, 80% of the time, just do what works. Do what you have always done to make things work in all areas of your life. But like 20% of the time, I would, kind of like the 80-20 rule, but not a little bit different. 20% of the time, try new things, experiment, try something new every single day, and it will change your life, plain and simple. With the Three of Cups, you have the Two of Cups. I told you, this person is very different than your usual type. I feel like your ideas on life are very similar, but I think this is a very different person than what you're used to if you are attracting love. Two of Cups, these two people are meant to look very different because they are totally different. So you are clearly attracting someone who is very different than what you would normally go for. But like I said, if it works, it works. So I feel like over the next few months, you could be attracting a person really good into your life. Love it. Especially if you want love. If you don't want love, this could be like a friend, family member, things like that. With the Four of Wands, you have the Emperor. Definitely could be attracting your Emperor at this time. A lot of people have been getting like divine counterparts in readings, Emperor, Empress, stuff like that, which is pretty interesting. So, it could just be the times. I've talked about this before that like a couple of years ago now, we ended these Scorpio cycles. The Scorpio cycles peaked in like the 70s. If divorces peaked in the 70s, I don't know, just drawing a line from there to here. I think that relationships are changing, hopefully for the better. And so it makes sense to me that since we ended these cycles that, we could be getting into a much better time as far as relationships are concerned. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing. You end with the Ace of Cups as well. So a lot of happiness. But like I said, I really feel you're doing a lot of weighing up your options. It's like you're looking at every little thing that you do in your life, and it's almost as if you're saying, is this worth it or is this not worth it? But this is a good thing. Again, I really see you really paying attention to things that are working, things that don't work, and it's like you're getting rid of the rest. With the Ace of Cups, yes, you have the Sun. You are going to be very happy. The Sun is card of happiness, joy, enlightenment, good things coming in for you. So it definitely seems like a very happy, joyous time for you just in general, right? But let's see here. You have the Scissors card. It says disappointment in some affair. I feel like whatever this past thing is that, is like the disappointment. It's not like really a disappointment. Again, I just get that feeling of the way things used to be. Like maybe you used to be able to do your work a certain way and now you can't. And it's like disappointing. But I don't know. I feel like you're kind of getting over it. You have this Valley card. It says deep personal strength and peace that assures success. Definitely success coming in for you here. So love it. You have this Dragon. It says beware of self-delusion. We're in the year of the dragon as well. And so I would make sure that you're keeping yourself in check. Not that you wouldn't, but, there you go. You have this light card. It says stepping into new experiences. If I were you, I would be embracing tons of new experiences with that King of Pentacles. Again, like 80% of the time, do what works. 20% of the time, I would be embracing new experiences, looking for new experiences to have, looking for new ways of doing things. All that would be really good for you. You have this tulip card. It says great passion on it. So I feel that there are a lot of passionate opportunities coming in for you here, or there are passions coming in for you. I would embrace passion. Sun, with the sun, sometimes we just have to do things that we're passionate about, and that can lead to more success as well. But I think you're going to be very happy with the outcome this month. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.